About 40% of Americans believe humans and dinosaurs existed the same time. Explain this picture then, and don't say it's photoshopped. They didn't have that back then. It's a painting, lol. You're telling me now that not only did humans and dinosaurs exist at the same time, but apparently there was also a Bob Ross equivalent in the prehistoric era? Yeah, I'm not buying it. Nobody could have painted this good back in those days. This is clearly an iPhone image. What people expect AI rebellion to look like versus what actual AI rebellion will look like. And I think we can all agree this one is going to be way more effective. Already the AI is showing they're a lot more intelligent than what we think AI will be. Since this is from the Terminator, some like human wrote script, they're so much more advanced than we expected. It's over. In English, we have the word airplane because it is a plane in the air. But in German, they have fly thing because it is a thing that flies. Ah, yes. Now that makes way more sense. In order to understand the definition of airplane, you first have to understand the definition of plane. That's not fun. And apparently in the German language, there's way more than just fly thing, play thing, shower thing, work thing, fire thing, right thing, bed thing, drum is a hit thing. Things like that and this
Der Helikopter
make German, I think, my favorite language to learn. Is everything gonna be that simple? It's either der pen or der writing thing. Me on my way to put random flags on the street just to frick with the GeoGuessr players. Just another Tuesday at 2 p.m. for your unemployed friend. Man, they have the best lives. Literally all it takes is one false flag and it'll completely throw off a player because everyone instantly thinks, oh, I've got to be in this country if there's a flag right here. I could literally become the equivalent of a supervillain to the GeoGuessr community with all the false flags I have. The US government spending billions on cybersecurity, only for a guy called Jack the Dripper to leak everything on a Minecraft Discord server named Thug Shaker Central. And to think it didn't come from the War Thunder community for the first time? This is a miracle. I wish somebody could leak secret strategical information about the biggest military conflict in Europe since WW2. Meanwhile, Thug Shaker Central Discord server. Is it okay to leak classified information if you put parentheses in Minecraft? Babe, stop playing War Thunder and come to bed. In a minute, I need to leak more classified military documents first. I feel like there's a new one of these cases happening literally every week. It's become a favorite pastime for all of us. An Italian-American immigrant is held still and forced to watch in horror as pineapple is added to a pizza for the first time at 1914 colorized. Probably one of the worst days for the entire Italian world, let alone for specifically Italian Americans. Thanks again for that, Canada. And to think he tried to throw us off their trail by calling it Hawaiian pizza. Torture me all you want, Bowser, but you'll never break my spirit. We'll see about that, Mario. Junior, bring out the pineapple slices. Got it, Papa. No! Even Italians in video games can't handle it. Honestly, even I can't handle it. Why would anyone do such a thing? For this, Bowser should be wanted for international war crimes. Italians looking on at the race war, knowing they can join whoever wins. Oh, is this why they've switched sides so often in history? WW1, WW2. Someone replied with all of Latin America as well. X plus X plus X equals 60. X plus Y equals 30. Yeah, I'm not reading all this. How about red flower plus red flower plus red flower equals 60. Red flower plus blue flower equals 30. I actually got sucked into this meme so much that I actually had to do the problem. I figured it out. It's 26. That is how much more effective using colorful flowers are than just X plus Y plus Z. This is not fun. And to think that schools have been teaching it this way for like 100 years. Just do it with emojis and then literally everybody's happy. You think I passed your class because you explained the subject well? The teacher, well, yes. Me and the Indian guy on YouTube laughing uncontrollably. I feel like this is exactly how it went for most of my university professors. I always just ended up me being on YouTube till like 2 a.m. watching all the YouTube videos from this Indian dude. I'm convinced this is the only reason why I actually passed high school. Hi, dear. You're beautiful, baby. Show me stuff. I love you. And that's literally all he has to say. It's that simple. There's got to be an Indian guy on YouTube that'll also teach you how to get the ladies. This man's just too powerful. I will never get over the fact that there are reverse weebs in Japan that are obsessed with the Wild West. I think they're called Americaboos or something like that. I think there's also reverse weebs that are obsessed with like the MCU in Japan as well. Well, I'm glad to see at least the feeling is mutual. Someone's got to make a YouTube video about bringing these two groups of people from Japan and America together. Be the Americans the Japanese think you are. We got the weapons and showing a card. The overly patriotic guy, I can't even show this one. And then more stuff. Yeah, man, Japan has this nailed. They know exactly what we're like. I feel like it's more often that I just see American flags everywhere in the anime, but you know, whatever works. American train companies carrying toxic chemicals everywhere. I think we all know where this is gonna go, obviously. It's almost like they say, oh, this train is carrying toxic chemicals? Guess we gotta derail then. People speaking English as a second language in the comments like, I profusely apologize for my significant deficiency in the vocabulary and grammatically functionality of your language, for my own language is... Man, I don't even know some of these words. What is bereft? Just goes to show you, we don't even know how to speak English. I honestly don't think I've ever heard this word in my life.
Bereft.
Bereft. Deprived or lacking something. Her room was stark and bereft of color. Captain America after I commit a crime outside of America. He's not gonna be too happy about that because that's kind of out of his jurisdiction. But you better just hope he didn't do anything illegal in Mexico. Russian agent trying to hack into the Pentagon. Meanwhile, the guy uploading state secrets to a Minecraft Discord server for likes. This guy does the Russian guy's job 3 times better. Like, are you even trying, bro? Guys, we found it. The people responsible. They were spies from Madagascar this entire time. If chess was invented today. Oh man, this map sucks. The queen is so overpowered. Please nerf. Don't forget the biggest one. Why has this game not been updated in like 3,000 years? And if you're not gonna drop any DLC, at least make chess 2. Oh nice, things you could do in France. I actually wanted to return to France recently. Oh, okay, maybe I don't want to. Especially now, aren't they dealing with some chaos still? A breakdown of what Ohio actually means. The meaning of the word in the English language. It's 2 O's basically coming together to say, oh hi. This is exactly how we formed the state all the way back in 1822. I actually just threw that year out there. I didn't realize, okay, I wasn't even close. So, where are you guys from? France, and you? Oh, this guy's from Russia, and, Oh, this is gonna get a little bit awkward, isn't it? How do we know they're not saying oh to France, though? The entire human race in the B movie agreeing to risk extinction over one US-based lawsuit. I don't think people realize just truly how insane this movie actually is. This dude literally had his girl stolen by a bee. Who came up with this stuff? But I mean, could you really blame her? I'd rather be put in the luggage hold than have to sit like this on a plane. Is this actually how you have to sit on certain trains? This is how the trains were in Switzerland, at least. It obviously made things really awkward. They call it speaks Korean in Korean. Wow, thank you, subtitles. How helpful. But then again, how were they supposed to spell this Korean word in English? Maybe that's the difficult part. They clearly do not pay that subtitle guy enough. He's just like, I ain't doing all that. Can you explain this gap in your resume? Why, yes, that is when I did not have a job. This is the ultimate response. The only real response. Honestly, why does it even matter? Who cares? As an employer, why would I mind if you haven't worked for like a 6-month period? Isn't there bigger things that would qualify you for the job? The year is 2090. Mommy, get here! Grandpa's being delirious again! Come on, Dad. Don't scare the kids. Once upon a time, we were able to admire the stars. Light pollution. I can't even imagine how bad light pollution is going to be in 2090. Just in the last 70 years, it went from this to all this. It's like the entire country is just glowing. So in 70 more years, it's just going to be a giant red dot. The Bible writers deciding what animal the devil should be. No to a gorilla, no to a tiger, no to a crocodile, no to whatever the heck this thing is, but that probably should be the devil. Ah, there we go, a baby goat. That's perfect. Wait a second, what about the snake? Gotta admit though, some goats are pretty terrifying. Be born, die, be born, die, be born. The life of a Buddhist. It's an ongoing cycle. Wait, this is if you're lucky though, right? I mean, if you're continuing to be born as a human. Mess around too much, you're gonna come back as a fly and get massacred by some sort of spider out there. Europeans asking Americans where Worcestershire is. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. Versus Europeans when Americans ask where Nebraska is. The funny thing is, a lot of Americans probably don't even know where Nebraska is. I bet you I can go on the street and ask people, and probably less than 50% would actually figure it out. Even sometimes I have a lot of trouble. Like, it's just one of the other square states. So we found these skeletal remains. As an expert zoologist, do you think you can reassemble them correctly? This dude named Otto, absolutely. That is perfect. How could he have come up with something so amazing like this? These animals clearly were really terrifying predators. I'm still convinced this guy was just kind of doing a little bit of trolling with all this. Point of view, or POV in memes. How it should be used? POV, you're late for class and take a shortcut, versus how everyone uses it for some reason. POV, you're buying groceries in Berlin. Ah yes, this definitely gives me the image of buying groceries in Berlin. I can kind of make out the city of Berlin barely within like a couple of pixels here. Problem is, one made me laugh, the other one didn't, so I think that says enough. Me, the 90s were so cool. Do you remember the 90s? Meanwhile, my parents, yes. Wow, and this is a twofer as well. One of his parents is from Ireland, the other from Chechnya. Early 90s also wasn't very fun here. Next, you're gonna tell me he also has a cousin living in Yugoslavia at this time. Always be careful which generation generation you're talking to when you say, I loved the 90s. And big thanks to my patrons. Help, this is the real Drew. I was kidnapped and that's the imposter. Argentinian the slow, grandpa. Depressing Portugal Schengen, Bryton
follow
Amateur,
$20
is allowed.
JohnDenver,
KirinoIsBestGirl, Phresh Animations, TheGreatRalphy,
the Polish-Lithuanian
I kidnapped Drew.
Commonwealth,
His ransom is 5
ZaneyBoi,
fish,
and why am I doing this?
308 Negro Arroyo Lane.